we're evolving out of independent or dependent and moving into co-creative interdependence. I even love saying those words. Co-creative interdependence.
Isn't that great?
It's beautiful.
Yes.
And it's feminine, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, this whole synergy of coming together in a circle where we each have our gifts to offer.
Yes.
And then together the whole circle creates something even greater.
Yes. Yes. And we don't need to know, and we can't.
We don't know.
We don't need to know, you know.
And we can't know because we're creating it. And as we come together to create it, it's something that no one person is going to come up with because it's all of ours together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not one person is going to come up with it. Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And the way I see this happening in our bodies is our brains are reconnecting in a whole new way. It's almost like we're developing a fourth brain. We have 3 brains already.
Right.
And it's kind of like there's this whole new interaction happening in the cellular structures of our brain, which is very exciting. And I'm seeing that starting to emerge in more and more people.
Tell me about the 3 brains and the 4th brain.
So our first brain is here at the base of your spine, and it looks kind of like this.
Uh-huh.
And it's the reptilian brain,
uh-huh.
and it's 500 million years old. And this is where all the patterns of fear are.
Mm-hmm.
And the fear is what's been running our lives for eons.
So it's base survival. It's
base survival.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what keeps your heart beating, it keeps you breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So this brain is the one that takes all the energy if you're in stress. So on top of that is the limbic system, and that's all of your emotions. And that's about 50 million years old. Then on top of that is your neocortex, and that's the right and left hemispheres of your brain and your frontal lobe, and that's about 2.6 million years old. And that is our language and our art and our creativity and mathematics, and all our communication. That's all the neocortex.
Mm-hmm.
So if your reptilian brain gets triggered and you're in fear, none of your neocortex is firing. All the neural impulses are being triggered in the fear. The number of neural impulses in the reptilian brain and in your subconscious is 40 million nerve impulses per second. Your neocortex has 40 nerve impulses per second.
Wow.
And those 40 don't work if you're in fear.
Uh-huh,
Pretty shocking. So we're basically run by our subconscious. And all the patterns from our childhood are what's in your subconscious.
Right.
So as we go in with this gratitude and spiraling down into all of the subconscious patterns, they start to clear out. So we have more possibility for more neural impulses in the rest of our brain.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we can start to think in a whole new way.
Mm-hmm.
It's very exciting.
Amazing. Yeah. Because, sometimes I'm in a situation where I just go into a fear reaction.
Right.
And what I do in that fear reaction, when I'm not in a fear reaction, I don't agree with me.
Exactly.
I totally don't agree with me. It's like, what did I do that for? I don't even believe that,
Right. And that fear response, it's not coming from your authentic self. It's coming from what I call your other self. So this is what's been programmed in your neural patterns when you were a little kid. And it's stuff you've picked up through your generations. It's nothing to do with your own soul or your own spirit.
No, it's just a program.
It is.
Yes, a total mechanical, predictable program.
You get triggered and you respond A, B, or C.
Yeah.
Fight, flight, or freeze. Yeah. So what I'm seeing now is there's this possibility to bring in this neural program or this blueprint from our soul. So I'm calling this your quantum self.
Okay.
Okay? So each soul has its own blueprint of who you are, what your gifts are.
Yeah.
Right. And so we're bringing that into and merging that with our physical body and kind of rewiring our physical bodies through our conscious co-creation.
Mm-hmm.
So we're consciously co-creating our own bodies and how our own bodies get to work, which is, to me, really exciting.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
You know, doctors are now agreeing that all of these different diseases, dis-ease, you know, is caused through some sort of program, mentally, emotionally, you know. I mean, if you just think about it, if you are always like the victim energy, you know,
right.
Like if you go into victim, you can feel what it does in the body, and then if that petrifies, that's going to create dis-ease of some sort, isn't it?
Right, and I just was reading last night about that victim energy and how that victim energy actually creates a field so that even all the way down to your DNA responds one way, and it creates ill health or disease.
Even down to your DNA, it creates a certain vibration.
Yes. And as you bring in this higher frequency, that creates the energetic field. So that all the way down to your DNA, that starts to shift and create a whole new way of being in your body.
Amazing, yeah. A clear, just a clear example of that would be alcoholism. You know, if you are an alcoholic, it will do this and that and that and that to your body. And 10 years from now, this will be the outcome. So if you have these negative thought patterns and fear thought patterns, and most of them, you know, are unconscious, aren't they? People don't even know.
Completely unconscious. Yeah.
So they will produce a certain result.
Exactly.
Definitely. They're not going to produce that result. They will produce that result.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. But we live in this quantum energetic field,
mm-hmm.
and as you start to shift that energetic field
mm-hmm.
and expand into that,
mm-hmm.
then all those patterns can shift.
Mm-hmm.
The unconscious patterns.
You know, I've worked a lot with, in the Philippines, in Thailand. I've worked with a lot of people that were forced into child prostitution.
Wow, that must be
sexual slavery and child prostitution. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's really intense, isn't it? So the thing that, you know, I couldn't tell them, be grateful. I couldn't start there,
No,
you know. No. The gratitude was, be grateful you're just alive.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Start there.
Right.
So if you've had major trauma where a person can't even see any gratitude,
right.
you know, and it even makes them angry to think about being grateful for some extreme horror.
Right.
Start with just be grateful that you're alive, you know, just that.
Right. And I used to work a lot with sexually abused women, nothing as intense as what you worked with these children, but what I found is you need to clear out all the trauma, all that energy from the abuse.
How?
And just thanking your tissues and thanking your body for being here now, like you're saying. Just thanking your body for all it's been through. And as you do that, it starts to release that trauma. And to me, that's the seat of the divine feminine. And so the violation goes so deep that it really needs to be held in sacred space as you're working to clean that out. Because it violates every aspect of being a woman.
I've also worked with women that haven't been physically violated in this lifetime, but what they say is they remember cellular memory of the witches, the time of the witches, you know, and I don't know, you know, I don't know if it's their memories from another lifetime or if they are picking up the collective unconscious of the feminine, you know, because 9 million witches that were recorded, you know, and witchcraft actually means crafting wisdom. That's what the word means. And those women were, you know, pediatricians and naturopaths and herbalists. And that type of female power has had such a shock on it, you know, that as a female you sort of pick up that collective unconscious from, because it's that vibrations in the universe.
We're all affected by it. If we've been physically abused or not, every woman is affected by that on a very deep level. And as each woman starts to gather more of her own power and starts to heal more deeply, that ripples out and helps all the other women who are having a really hard time with this. This energy ripples out.
With owning their own power. And it's female power, isn't it? It's totally different to male power.
Completely different. And we need to have this balance because the world is so imbalanced with male power and female power being so degraded and disrespected. That as we each respect our own wisdom and our own selves, we can start to bring that balance up a little bit.
The natives of this continent, the Americas, say that men were born into this world to learn to open their heart chakra, because their throat chakra is open and their heart chakra is closed, generally. And women were born to learn to open their throat chakra, because their heart's open and their throat's closed. So, you know, an open heart and a closed throat, that creates, imagine what that creates just personally for yourself.
Well, women are completely closed throats.
It's
taken me forever to be able to speak. And it's still hard at times to speak out.
So that would create, because you can't speak, you know, it's not even a conscious thing, you know, you can't say what's really, really true for yourself. First of all, you're not in touch with it, and then your throat's closed. So that would create manipulation, guilt tripping, martyrism, all sorts of different contortions, doesn't it? So if your energy's coming out and then boom, it's blocked, it's going to go into all of these contorted.
And most people I find are cut off at their waist. There's a lot of energy and they're cut off here. There's lots of, you know, there's two different main cut-off places. One's the throat we've been discussing, and the other is your waist. So you don't really know what's happening in the lower part of your body, which is the female wisdom. And we aren't really in touch with that.
And are men also cut off that way?
Totally.
The base chakra. And if the base chakra is blocked, then you're going to be blocked here.
That's true. So as both of those start to open up, then we can also start creating a whole new reality.
So you're saying through being aware, through gratitude, through the vibration of gratitude, that's your tool, that's your magic wand.
Yeah, it's been a great magic wand, and I know there are lots of other tools we can use.
Yeah, different ones.
Yeah, but that's one of them. That's really good.
Gratitude, healing through the vibration of gratitude.
Yeah. So I think that's what I was hunting for was something that was very simple, that was available to everyone, and gratitude is available to everyone.
Yep.
And traveling around the world, every culture knows gratitude. And so it's a really simple thing that anyone can do. You don't have to be taught how to use it. You can just start to bring that deeper and deeper into your body. Because I was wanting something that was easy, that everyone could grasp. So it's a good beginning point for having this transformation take place in your body.
Yeah. My morning ritual, writing out the experiences that I had the day before. If something annoys me or somebody annoys me or I have these negative going on, I write it all out. And then I look at what's my soul's highest learning from these experiences. I write that out. And then gratitude that I got my soul's highest learning.
Perfect.
Totally, oh my God. And as I'm writing, as I get to the bottom of all of that and I write the gratitude, I can feel it.
Yes.
I can feel the gratitude. It's sort of like, brings me down, brings me grounded, it brings me into, I want to almost say a light.
Right.
That's what that's the feeling that it brings me. So gratitude for you healed.
Yes. And so for me it's not just meeting gratitude. Because I was in a lot of meditation practices and the practice was to just meet whatever was going on. For me, gratitude is spinning and going into it. So going into the pain, going into the anger, going into whatever it is, and keep going in deeper. And as you go in deeper, then you find the gift, like you are with your writing. And then as you find the gift, then there's this opening, and then there's more light. It's an incredible process. And each person will find their own way of how that works.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
very simple.
Yeah, because if you think of, more light, what does more light mean? I'm going to start shining. No, if you think of somebody who is a serial killer and you give that energy a sound and imagine what the colour would be. It's like, this real dense type of a vibration, right? Compared to someone who's like saintly person, it'd be like, or much clearer, much higher.
Right.
That is going into the light, right? Getting lighter and lighter and lighter.
Yeah. And as we do that, our unconscious lightens up. All those things. And you were talking earlier about the collective unconscious, like women. It's like all that starts bubbling up and then gets cleared. Yeah. Another way to use gratitude is like a figure 8 or an infinity sign. So one way I do it is connecting the upper and lower parts of your body with this infinity, so that the parts that are in the lower parts of our body, which is the deep feminine wisdom that has no voice, gets connected to our voice and to our brain, so we can verbalize, so we have words for this wisdom we have, and a lot of it has no words. So by doing this little figure 8 of gratitude between the upper and lower parts of your body, those start to unite in a new way.
Gratitude to me is like a bubble of light. And as I'm going into the caca and having a look, I'm in a bubble of light. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm in the light. And that gratitude's going to, protect me.
It does.
Protect me. I won't start.
Yeah, and all that stuff can't exist in the field of gratitude.
It can't exist.
It just melts.
No. It melts. It melts.
It's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is.
And it just takes that little bit of courage to face that horrible stuff.
Well, the big demons don't come out until you've done with the little ones.
I know. It's getting worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I first looking at all of the little demons, and as you do, the gratitude just gets stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
And then you have 100% proof that yes, it's real. It's real. And that gives you the courage to go deeper and deeper. You don't have to go to the bottom of all of that first off. No. you won't anyway, will you? Because
you won't.
Your soul or whatever protects you from going to the bottom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your body's natural intelligence knows what's right for you.
Exactly, and it doesn't bring it up until you're ready to face it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is so cool. Okay. Do you have? Do you want to say anything else?
Well, I have a new book coming out. It's called The Secrets of Quantum Transformation. So it's a lot about what we talked about today, about using gratitude, how it works in your body, and it's photos and drawings, so you can see it. So it's very much for your right brain instead of all this left brain, just words. It triggers things in your right brain as you look at the photos.
Fantastic. I'm going to have Cynthia's webpage on my webpage, so you'll be able to see her web pages and also be able to get your books.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. And I have audios.
You have audios
I have
as well?
audios of meditations that take you into your body, into your cells, using gratitude, using higher dimensional frequencies to transform whatever's happening in your body.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
okay.
People have really get great results from the audios.
Okay, that's fantastic because we need support.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need support. We need help from each other.
Right.
And I just want to tell you this little story, right? When I was in Japan, I met this man who made videos called Gaia. So you can look it up on the internet, Gaia, which is Earth, right? And he interviewed all of these different people, and one of them was a school teacher who had retired, and he lived in Kyoto. So he was just outside of Kyoto, and he wanted to prove that you are what you believe. So he built a big greenhouse, and he got one tomato seed out of a tomato, right? And planted it, and every day his meditation was sitting in front of that tomato seed and visualizing infinity. And you know what? That one little tomato seed grew 13,000 tomatoes. 13,000. And it's on video. And then the TV camera and all of that came and videoed it all, and they're all hanging there bright red. And then he said when they left, they all simultaneously, boom, dropped. 13,000. So he's saying if a tomato seed can do this, imagine what you can do as a human being, and how limited we are with garbage, most of what we don't even believe in anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible. So that's fantastic. You have found a gift. You have found a gift for humanity. Simple, clear gratitude.
Yes, very
gratitude.
simple. Yes, and it works.
And it works. Well, obviously, because you're alive.
I'm alive.
You're not dead from all of that
Yes.
poison.
Yes, and I should be dead by now. For
You
sure.
should be dead.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. From a woman that should be dead, and she's not, she's healthy. So if she can do it, we all
Anybody can do it.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Thank you.
Cinthia Miller.
Dr.
Oh, sorry. Dr. Cinthia Miller. Cool.